We met through a mutual friend, Jessica Morgan, who I went to college with, Robert went to high school with, and we met at her birthday party.
Chelsea happened to come in, and I guess she was debuting her new shoes.
Very important.
Yep, I of course noticed those right off the bat. That was what first attracted me to her. Anyway, so we started talking, and there was a whole bunch of people there, but I just, for some reason, just started talking to her. And we hit it off quite a bit, and we're looking at this dessert. Do you remember what the dessert was? They didn't have it, as fate would have it, so I suggested that we go down to a restaurant up the street that I like very much and get a pizookie. And so we did that, and she thought that the whole group was gonna come with us, but I knew they weren't, so we were just gonna go on our first date, I guess, and it's pretty much where it started.
Let's be crazy.
But we hit it off, and we really loved just conversing and being totally open and honest with each other from the very beginning. And I think that really just set precedence for the rest of our relationship.
Chelsea had some things from her past that kind of came up, and kind of some of the things that she's gone through and that I've gone through in life and everything else. And just one of those conversations where it just kind of flowed pretty smoothly and everything just kind of came out. And I really respected her for just coming out with it and telling me her true story and not hiding anything. And definitely gained a lot of respect for her.
So Kyle was someone that I was engaged to before, and a few months into our dating, found out some horrible news that he was hit by a drunk driver on his way back to Orange County from Lemoore, California. And as tough and as dark as that time was, I really realized how vast a network I had in terms of friends and family who really just showed their love and support in very tangible ways. And their ultimate hope was that I would love again, and that it would be something in my future, hopefully the near future, because I had so much love to give, that I would be able to find someone that I can give that love to. And the fact that Robert wasn't scared off by this portion of my past really made him different and set him apart, and really had me kind of take action in wanting him to be perhaps that person that I could love.
Just remember thinking to myself, you know, this girl is so positive, and I don't know how she does it. I haven't been through half as much stuff as she has, and she's still far more positive than I am. So right from the get-go, was somebody I wanted to have in my life. Didn't know that a few months later it would be as a girlfriend, but definitely as a friend, or, you know, to start off that way, and it obviously blossomed into something more. So went really well. Yeah.
Don't want just another hug and a kiss goodnight. Catching up calls and a date sometimes. I love the rebels and we still believe we're the kind of crazy people wish that they could be. Yeah, I know we're crazy. Hey, but I don't want good and I don't want good enough. I want, can't sleep, can't be without.
When Chelsea came along, and she was definitely somebody who didn't, I don't want to say she didn't like dogs, but she had just never been around animals in her life. I don't think her family had maybe a couple animals that, I don't even think they were really their animals. Maybe there were birds or fish or something like that.
I love that Robert is slightly competitive, and when we do serve together, we are definitely those people on the line who are cheering people on, pushing them to go even further, and yet competitive with ourselves to make sure that we finish the fastest too.
Over the course of our relationship, she really just took to him and fell in love with him as well, I think, and just started taking care of him and really pushing me to take him on more and more walks, and just was on top of feeding him and giving him treats. And it's gotten to a point now where she buys him things before she buys me things. I got 3 toys for Kona and a bag of treats, and I'll say, that's great, babe. What did you get for me? And she'll say, well, I didn't get you anything. Maybe next time.
Another thing that I really love about Robert is that he takes care of me. For a lot of my life, I've been pretty independent and self-sufficient, and having to do a lot of things on my own. And so it's really nice to have someone who goes out of his way to just make sure that I'm doing okay.
For me, the biggest thing for me is just creating a family. You know, I want to have a healthy family. I was fortunate enough to grow up in a very healthy family with parents that loved me and took care of me and provided for me. And so that's one of the things that I was looking for in a wife and a spouse, is that she could really just be part of that that family, and just really just really provide that for my kids, or our kids, when we decide to have them.
We knew pretty early on that we definitely were in this to be married as an end result. And I'm a gifts person, one of my love languages. And so one of my gifts that I gave to Robert early into our relationship was a very cheesy calendar that I presented to him and had the disclaimer, sorry, the shrink wrap's a little off. I bought it cheaply, but here's the calendar inside. And he stopped in the middle of the parking lot and asked me, you know what shrink wrap is? Mind you, he sells packaging for a living, so he was elated that I knew what shrink wrap and bubble wrap and everything that has to do with packaging even was, and immediately said, marry me now, let's go, let's do this, I want, marry me.
Fast forward a couple years, she had proposed to me, fake proposed at least 100 times or something like that. So it was good, but I finally decided that I was going to propose to her, and she had been waiting for quite some time. So I finally decided that it was time, and kind of up against the gun, I realized that I had a really good opportunity with our life group that was pretty much like her second family, or like our second family now, and decided that would be a good time to propose to her. So within about a week, I went down, I got the ring, I got it sized, I got everything done. And I decided the night I was going to propose. Unfortunately, everybody kind of played along. There was only 2 people that knew about it in the entire party, so everybody else was shocked. And I got to see the look on your face. You were speechless for a good 5 minutes.
A while.
It was a while. It might have been the rest of the night, but she was really excited about it. At least she said yes before she was speechless, so that's a good thing. And it ended up working out pretty well for us.
Don't you come and go with me? Somehow I know I've waited my whole life to see you standing there with the wind in your hair. I'm as sure as a boy could be. You are the girl that's been running around in my dreams. You are the girl that's been running around in my dreams. You've been running around in my dreams.